Welcome to Flawless Conversations. I'm Tomeka Jones, and today we're diving into how mindset can shift your life, your confidence, your purpose. You're watching Now Media Television. Welcome to Flawless Conversations, where identity meets impact. I'm Tomeka Jones, your identity and mindset coach, Air Force veteran, registered nurse, and the founder of Flawless Life Coaching. This show is a transformational space for leaders, authors, entrepreneurs, healers, veterans, and change makers who have walked through the fire and came out refined. Here on Flawless Conversations, we believe that our flaws are not the end of our story. They are often a doorway into confidence, healing, purpose, resilience, and legacy. At the heart of my work is my signature flaws method. This method, we face our fears, we love ourselves first, we work and accept on who we are. And then we work through our struggles, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're ready to step into our purpose. I use this method in my coaching and corporate trainings to help individuals and teams strengthen their identity, build confidence, increase emotional resilience, and lead with clarity and move from survival mode into purpose driven impact. And today I'm honored to welcome Ms. Nicole Gilmore, owner of 211 Print, a boutique design and print agency that help entrepreneurs, creators, and small businesses bring their story, their brand, their message, and vision to life. Nicole is not just helping businesses create printing materials, she is helping them to be seen, remembered, and positioned with purpose. Today, we're talking about visibility, identity, entrepreneurship, community, and the courage it takes to build something meaningful. Welcome, Nicole.
Good morning, Tamika. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk to you this morning.
Yeah, so glad to have you. But, Nicole, before we move into the floss method, I want to begin with the heart of your work. You are working at the intersection of print, design, food, art, entrepreneurship, and community. And what stands out to me is that visibility is not just about the promotion, it's about identity, right? It's about business owners saying, I belong here. My work matters, right? My story deserves to be seen, which leads me into F in my flaws method, face it. Nicole, when I say the word visibility, what does that mean to you personally? Not just as a business owner, but as a woman building something with purpose.
I think visibility is definitely required for growth. You have to be comfortable getting visible and putting your brand out there in order to grow into who you're supposed to be and to serve your mission in the community. But it's really intimidating and it's terrifying at times. So you kind of have to push yourself into it and just jump off the cliff and go for it.
Oh, girl, listen, I know so well about the whole visibility. I struggle with that all my life as far as putting myself out there, being seen, right? Being heard, right? I took a back seat and was all these fears, right, that we have, right? That we tell ourselves we have. So I understand that so well. So
Yeah.
what did you notice about small business that made you want to create this 211 print?
So what I noticed is the business owners in my life growing up from childhood to today, they all had just such a positive aura about them.
Mm.
They really did a good job of pulling and networking good people in the community together. My mom was a small business owner, so I got to see it firsthand. That was my first job. I worked as a barista at her coffee shop, and she just really had a good energy. She always had her the best interests for people. She was always employing friends and helping people in the neighborhood. And my parents were very community oriented in our small town, church involved. So I got to see all of the beauty that's in humanity from small business owners.
Wow, so you came from that arena, right? So you've had the positivity, the whole, like you said, the energy, the positive energy, the aura of, I can do this, I got this. My mom
Yeah.
did it, I can do it. I've been in it all my life. But what do you tell someone who haven't, had a good experience, or their family knows nothing about business and they want to step out fully in their role as a business owner? What is something you would tell them?
I think I would say listen to the little voice inside. If you keep waking up with, this is just for me personally, you keep waking up with an idea every day. You think about, you circle back to it constantly. That's a little voice in there telling you that you've got a nugget of something and you need to plant it and just let it grow. You never know. It's not going to look the same today as it's going to look down the road. We plant it today and watch it blossom. Just keep trying to push forward. Don't just lay down and give up.
I love that. So what I'm hearing you say is plant that seed and keep watering it, nurturing it, cultivating it, and then weeding out any type of doubt, right? Weeding it out and watering it, cultivating it, continue to water it, and also surrounding yourselves by like-minded people, right? I
Mm-hmm,
love it. I love it. Many owners struggle with the visibility because the feeling of vulnerability, and I know so well, Nicole. Did you ever have to confront that yourself when starting your business?
Oh, yeah. That's something that takes a long time. You have to constantly work on, at least I do personally. You have to constantly just be your best cheerleader, tune out the negativity. You have to be visible in order to grow. So you have to figure it out and just kind of test the waters, just get out there and give it a go and just give yourself some positive affirmations along the way. Ignore the noise. Don't compare. Comparison's the killer of joy. Focus on that little voice and what you wanted to do and just keep it moving from there. I personally have to speed myself through it. I push myself really fast and I work really hard and I just get focused on doing. If you focus on doing, it's easier to be visible because you're not worried about what everybody else is thinking or saying. So just
I
definitely keep it moving.
I love that. It's that knowing doing gap. We can know all the things, right? But knowing doesn't get us to point A, point B. It's the doing. And I love that, Nicole. I love it. Was there a moment that made you say, I cannot keep playing small? I have to take this business serious, right? I have to do it differently, maybe a little differently from my mom, how she did it, but I need to stop playing small. Was there a moment?
There's many moments like that. I think the final moment was just being in this industry for as long as I've been. I've worked for a long time, very hard. I've learned a lot of lessons from other people's failures. And then, I started to see my light dim a little bit because I was working so hard for someone else. I was holding my standards up here, and the standards of the company kind of slacked a little bit. And it became a little difficult for me to just keep trudging through and keep working really hard. And I felt a little overworked and underappreciated. And I had been working on ideas for so many years in my home office while working at the same time. And I was like, I can't do this anymore for over here, but I can bring all my good ideas back into my own little space and let's just plant the seeds and see what happens. And so there's a lot of moments that led up to it, but definitely, you know how it goes when you're working real hard somewhere for a very long time. You start to reach the burnout, especially as a mom, as a woman in the world today. Burnout is very real. And I was like, if I'm going to burn out, I'm going to burn out for own, my own mission. And luckily I have a partner. My husband was like, do it. He's like, you've been talking about this for years, like, just do it. So it definitely helped kind of push me, to that point where I was like, I got to go big. And I think I know how to go big. We'll see. Go
No,
big or
you know
go
how
home.
to go big. You know how to go big. So yeah, yeah. But at that moment, that was one of your pivotal moments to say, hey, yeah, I'm getting close to burnout, but I need to do things differently.
Mm-hmm.
And were you able to navigate that? And
Yeah, I was able to navigate that. I'm very in touch with my self, my own feelings. I listen to my body, if I feel like my light is dimming. I'm blessed with a large family, but if I crash out, 9 people depend on me. So I'm not taking down my whole ship because I'm being overworked or just not managing stress correctly. So I listen to myself. I make sure I have a good routine in the morning. I meditate, I pray, I do yoga. I try to get a mile walk in. I try to drink water, all the things.
all the
I
things.
try to do all the things, but I also rest.
Yes, rest. A lot of times we don't do that. We think rest is something that, that's weakness.
Oh,
No, but we need to
unplug.
rest.
Yeah,
And
unplug and rest.
I'm so loving your self-awareness. It's amazing. So Nicole, I love it that that because what I hear you say is that visibility starts with honesty, right? Before we can even ask the world to see who and what we are building, we first must face our fears and the truth of what's carrying us, right? So we come back. I want to talk about confidence, not just the confidence you gain, right, through clients, and when clients see us, but the confidence you had to build in yourself and to lead um, this work that you're doing. So stay tuned of more flawless conversations.
We'll be right back to remind you that healing is possible. Confidence is yours and that you are flawless. This is Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. And we're back. I'm Tomeka Jones, and you're watching Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. Are you ready? Let's go.
You are watching Flawless Conversations on Now Media TV, where identity meets impact, stories are elevated, and purpose driven voices are heard. Catch every episode anytime at www.nowmedia.tv on demand or Roku or on iOS, or listen to the podcast version on the Now Media app anytime, anywhere. Stay connected to flawless conversations and every powerful Now Media TV show, bringing you inspiration, healing, resilience, leadership, and legacy. And if you have a powerful story of faith, purpose, resilience, or transformation, this is your invitation to be seen, heard, and elevated. Apply to be featured on Flawless Conversations at www.nowmedia.tv and search for Flawless Conversations. Welcome back to Flawless Conversations. I'm here with Ms. Nicole Gilmore, owner of 211 Print, and we are talking about visibility, branding, community, and the courage it takes to bring a business story to life. Before the break, we talked about facing your fears and the truth. The truth behind building a business, serving small business owners, and understanding that visibility is deeply personal. Now I want to move into the next part of my flaws method. Love it and accept it. After we face our fears or the truth, we have to learn how to love what we carry, right? What our true, authentic self, and our gifts, our creativity, our ideas, our voice, even the parts of our journey that make us different. Your work help people seize value in their own businesses, Nicole. But I want to talk to you about how how you learn how to see yourself or the value in yourself. So, Nicole, what helped you begin to trust your creative eye, your instinct, your ability to serve business owners so well?
I think just the years of experience working for various different graphics companies, nonprofits, commercial printers, the training that came along with that builds your confidence because you know what you're doing after a certain amount of time. And like I said before, learning lessons from other people's mistakes or successes. And then just paying attention to industry trends. For me personally, that's very important. I can tell when certain things are trending. AI is a good example. Obviously, that's the world we're in now, but there are certain design and AI partnerships that are trending in the industry and just the print industry alone. I pay attention to all those things. I love design. So I'm plugged in. Like that's kind of how I spend my time. I look through all my magazines and all my things that I love, and I just trust my instincts. I know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I know what I'm doing. Let's see if I can help other people figure out if they know what they're doing.
Right. So speaking of AI, how do you leverage that, right? And do you see AI as a, and this is just a personal question, do you see AI as a personal threat or do you see AI as an enhancement into your business? Because a lot of people like photographers and all that, depending on the person, their experience, and if they like AI or they hate it, it's right.
That's a really good question, and it's an important question, especially in the creative world. I think that it's kind of both. I like to use AI tools, assistants, things to help me with my productivity. I think that that is like unmatched. If you figure out exactly what type of systems and prompts work, tailor it to your life. I don't rely on it solely because it's still incorrect. They're
Yeah.
still working on, a lot of the regulations and the laws haven't quite caught up. So just be really careful with that. That's what I always tell people. Just be careful. Use it as an assistant, not as your coach. Um, and then there are some cool advancements in software technology, but I like to make stuff myself, and I can tell when something's human made and something is not human made. So there's a different flavor on it. But I don't know if I don't like that people are getting laid out off of their jobs, because of AI is replacing people. But we always have to change with the times.
Yeah.
So go get cert. I tell people all the time, go take an AI certification course so that you can learn a little bit about the building blocks behind AI and
Yeah.
just try to stay on top of those trends. Always pay attention so that you don't get left behind.
Yeah. That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
So, so true. How do you help your clients move from uncertainty into pride when they see their brand represented professionally?
I like to compare it to, like, so one of my really close girlfriends, she's a small business owner, and you really have to pump each other up. Like, you're that girl. Like, you pump the business up. You learn a little bit about their story, and you remind them of what makes them unique or great, or what their potential could be. And that's a great way to instill confidence in people, because once they get their brand, you feel legit. You feel like you're standing on solid soil, because you do need to have that foundation. So I just like to remind people of what they said their mission was and what I'm getting from them when they talk to me. And then I kind of go from there if I'm, giving them advice or just helping them with their brand.
Right, right. So that's the L part, loving yourself first and walking in your truth and owning,
Mm-hmm.
taking ownership of what you're creating, your business, what you're cultivating. So the next part is the A, accept it, accept your true authentic self, accept, where you're going in life, accept all the things, right? But this is where we talk about alignment, authenticity, and then ownership. Sometimes we have to accept, not sometimes, all the times we have to accept who we are, right? Sometimes we have to accept the season that we're in. And sometimes we have to accept that our story does not look like your story, or your story doesn't look like my story. And it's okay, right? So, what part of your story, Nicole, your leadership style or your creativity, your creative path, did you have to stop resisting and start accepting?
That is a good question. I think that realizing that I'm a control freak, and that I can kind of do a many different things. So I kind of have to stay focused. And that's part of my story, where I'm just like, pull it all together, sit down, relax, get organized, and move forward. So for me, it's kind of just managing myself. I'm a list keeper. I'm a calendar writer. I use all the things so that I can stay focused on what my mission is. So it's definitely me. I'm the I'm the person who really pays attention to where I'm going and what I'm doing, and that's just part of the control thing. I think it's okay to kind of be a control freak, especially if you're running your own business. You kind of have to, right? We don't want to
Yeah.
lose control.
Definitely, to a certain extent, yes. You definitely have to know all the ins and outs. You don't have to know everything, but know the important pieces and yeah, how it's gonna operate and yeah, all the things. I love it. So, what does authenticity look like to you as a business owner, Nicole?
Authenticity looks like just remaining in my truth about what I believe is important for my business and what I'm trying to do. So, I'm a joy spreader. I enjoy laughing with people. I enjoy hearing their stories. And that's kind of the wave that I ride when I'm running my business and talking to people, because I really do enjoy, like, just the back and forth with the strangers at the store, even though my kids are like, can you please stop? But it's important to kind of get to know your community. And I was, raised on a military base, so like community is very, very important, no matter what season you're in. And so I just, I'm an honest person. I'm a hard worker. All those truths I know, that's how I know I'm staying authentic. When I start to lose gas, I know I'm missing something. And I know maybe I misstepped a little bit in a certain direction, with a business choice or whatever, a project. And that's when I get the flag like, okay, come back to yourself. Let's get back to basics, of who
Yes,
I am.
I love it. So, who is Nicole today behind the titles, beyond the business? Because this is something I struggle with after 23 years in the Air Force, right? My identity, my true identity. Who is Tomeka without being a major in the Air Force, without being a nurse, without being an author, a life coach, all these things, right?
Mhm.
How does Tamika show up every day, and who is Tamika behind all these titles and labels that we give ourselves and society give us as well?
Gosh, I am not who I will be in 10 years, and I'm not who I was 10 years ago. I'm always evolving, I'm always looking to grow or learn. And that's who I am right now. I'm a creative person, I'm a sensitive person, I'm a hard worker, and I truly believe that whatever I put out into the world is what I'll get back tenfold. So I try not to get stuck in comparing my life to other people and things like that. But I embrace all the titles that we are as women because I feel like that those are all pieces that are important to make us whole. You know, um, Mother, sister, daughter, friend, auntie, like all those things, designer, like military brat. It's just all those things make me who I am. And I'm excited when I think about my future self. If I keep on this path and I keep working on myself, who will I be, in 10 years and in 20 years? Ever evolving and ever changing and okay with that and not beating myself up over the hard seasons. Sometimes life it throws you those curveballs. So I'm resilience is what I am.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And our titles don't define us; they refine us, right? So I love it.
hmm
For everyone who's watching, Nicole, who's the owner of 211 Print, where can they connect with you? Where can they find you?
You can email me. You can text me. I'm in San Antonio. I'm on the far west side of San Antonio, but I'm everywhere online. So you can at 211 Print on Instagram, Facebook. You can email me info@211print.com, and or you can text me. I think my phone number will be up after the show. But however, Facebook message me. I'm Monday through Friday. I'm here, and sometimes Saturday, and sometimes Sunday.
Nicole, what I appreciate about your story is that you are not asking people to be visible in a way that makes them feel fake. You are helping them become visible in a way that helps them feel more aligned, right? And when we come back, I want to get practical a little bit. I want to talk about the discipline, the systems, and the strategy behind helping business owners move from a scattered ideas to tangible brand impact. More to come on Flawless Conversations.
We'll be right back to remind you that healing is possible. Confidence is yours and that you are flawless. This is Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. And we're back. I'm Tomeka Jones, and you're watching Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to Flawless Conversations. I'm here with Miss Nicole Gilmore, owner of 211 Print, and we have been talking about visibility, confidence, identity, and the power of helping small business owners show up with intention. Now we're moving through the work through it in the part of my flawless method where inspiration becomes action because purpose is powerful, but purpose still needs system. Creativity is beautiful, but creativity still needs execution. And the visibility does not happen by accident. It has to be built with clarity and consistency. So let's work through these questions, Mr. Cole. What system or habits help you manage creativity or creative work while also running the business side of 211 Print?
I mentioned before morning routines. That's a big one. Make that bed, get up, drink some water, move around, and stay organized. I have a couple different workflow systems on my computer that help me keep organized, keep my clients organized. I'm a stickler for naming files. So just organization, really. I don't believe in organized chaos. Sometimes it looks like that, but I definitely take the notes and try to stay organized no matter what.
I definitely need to do more of that. I'm looking at my Google Drive and I'm like, Lord help me. So yes, I get it. I get it. Organization is key. Some people work in organized chaos, and I'm one that doesn't. After a while, I'm like, okay, we have to stop, right?
Yes. Empty that inbox.
Yes. What has been one of the hardest business lessons you had to work through?
There's too many to list, but being patient, being patient is such a hard thing sometimes. I lived in Hawaii before, and everybody runs on island time out there. Bless them, love Hawaii. But I'm not an island time girl. I am like, it's 9 o'clock. We're there at 8:55. Like, where's that email? Where's the file? So slowing down and understanding that everyone works at their own pace. Everyone lives at their own pace. You just kind of have to scoot them along where you can. They're not all your children, but being patient is definitely a challenge for me.
So when working with business owners, how do you move them from having all these scattered ideas into a clear visual or a printed strategy?
I like to refocus the conversation on why they started their business. I like to check what their priorities are. I like to identify who their customers are for them when they're talking to me, and then just kind of fill them out and see what their needs are. If they're a little bit all over the place, I'll take control of the conversation and I'll start giving them instructions that are easy and simple and just and then I handle all the rest for them, really.
Mm.
You know, business owners are busy people. It's usually someone who's not just doing their business, they're hustling. They have a family, they have another job. So, I try to without cutting corners, I try to give people shortcuts to the end process. You don't have time to design a business card on Canva? I got you. Just give me your information. I'll send you some proofs. You know what I mean? Or that's your design that you have. Give it to me. I'll print it for you. I'm there to kind of help them cross the bridge and get them their materials.
And I love that. That's why it's so important, like you said, because I know with me, this serial entrepreneurship, I'm like, oh, got the coaching. Oh, but I want to put the travel in. Oh, I want to put speaking in. Oh, I want to put flawless conversations in. Oh, so that why I have to narrow it down really fine to my why and what's my baby, right?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
start from
One
there.
thing at a time.
Um, what do small business owners often misunderstand about print branding and also marketing material?
So I think that they forget that it's kind of like the punctuation on their business, or it's like the fingerprint that you're leaving with customers. For instance, I do direct mailing postcards. And so I tell people that is us ringing the doorbell on over 6,000 homes for your business. And then you're taking the client's hand, it's a handshake, and now they know what your website is. So print collateral is a very important thing to have in your back pocket because we're on digital overload. A lot of people are. We're fumbling it on our phones, we're scrolling. But if you have something tangible, hey, here's this real quick. You give them your flyer, your card, and it'll be in their purse, and it's a permanent residence with your customer. They could lose your phone number. They don't remember the conversation, but they got a flyer with your QR code they can scan. So it's a really important step to not skip, you know?
Yeah, and it comes in handy when you need it. 'Cause I'm that one too that throw cards in the phone in my bag, and then I'm cleaning out my bag. I'm like, oh, I needed this card. Let me call right now. So yeah, you're right. And at first I would just get cards. I'm like, these are just, throw them away. So now I have a scanner, right? I have a scanner that I scan these cards into my little scanner and I keep them because, so many, we have Rolodex. Remember back in the day how we had a Rolodex of cards? But
Oh yeah.
it's so important to have them on deck for when you need it because you will need it.
Can I add one more thing real quick to that? It makes a big difference because I went to an automotive guy that did a service for my car, and then I left and I forgot what he told me. I went to a
Mm.
different automotive guy. He had a printed out, this is an aftercare plan for your window tint. Here's my information. And it sealed the deal for me because he stuck in my mind after that. And I referred more people to him after that. It's the print.
I love that. I love that. And that answered how do co-op millers help business share visibility instead of trying to grow alone? And
Mm-hmm,
you just said it,
mm-hmm,
right? It sticks in your mind. You see it. People tell you about their business, and then you see it, right? You put in your purse or somewhere, and you see it again,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It's something about hearing it, seeing it, seeing it. I'm
Yes.
so rant too, but what role does consistency play in building a brand that people generally trust?
It's paramount.
Mm,
You can't just say it, you need to do it. You need to seal the deal. And what I mean is like have follow through with your clients. You know, if you promise you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, be there at that time. If they don't trust you because of inconsistency, you lost them.
so true. So true. Follow through. Step follow through. When obstacles come up, deadlines, client needs, business pressure, creative changes, what keeps you moving? I know you say you like to be in control and you have to have organization skills, but when you have all these things hitting you from different angles, how do you stay grounded? What keeps you moving?
Family, surrounding myself with like-minded people who know me well, who have the same value systems that I do, staying inspired, like resting, traveling, reading books, with inspirational messaging or entertainment, going out and having a good laugh and going to the movies, feeding your soul is that's what helps me keep moving. And then thinking about, legacies and all of those things as well. It definitely keeps you hungry. And you just kind of carry along with you your ancestral responsibilities as well. Like I think about my grandparents and their parents, and I'm like, I got to keep this thing going. And how big can it grow? So I just try to stay inspired and grounded.
I love it. What advice would you give a business owner who has a powerful, powerful offer, but is still hiding behind unclear branding or inconsistent marketing? What advice would you give that person?
I would say take a step back for a moment and reassess what your focus really is, and kind of re-strategize what your true bread and butter is of the core of who you are. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of great ideas, but if they're all over the place, you can't really make the cake and serve it. So you have to do small steps to get organized and put those things in the sections of your life and prioritize it. What's the number one thing? You can't just be all over the place because your customers will be able to tell that you're scattered. They're going to be like, what are you selling? What are you talking about? What you're on Instagram? I'm confused. So just stick. The consistency part is the most important part. Yeah.
Yes. What I'm hearing you say is that visibility can start with one clear message, one strong piece of branding, one tangible step, and one consistent decision to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, this is where your work becomes so practical and you are helping people move from just ideas to execution, from uncertainty to clarity, and with from invisible to intentional. And that's key, that from invisible to being more intentional with what you do and how you're doing it. So when we come back, I want to talk about purpose, the impact you are creating, the legacy you want to build, and for you to provide one flawless fact and one flawless nugget you want every business owner or aspiring business owner watching to take with them. So more to come on Flawless Conversations.
We'll be right back to remind you that healing is possible. Confidence is yours and that you are flawless. This is Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. And we're back. I'm Tomeka Jones, and you're watching Flawless Conversations on Now Media Television. Are you ready? Let's go.
You are watching Flawless Conversations on Now Media TV, where identity meets impact, stories are elevated, and purpose driven voices are heard. Catch every episode anytime at www.nowmedia.tv or on demand on Roku or iOS, or you can simply listen to the podcast version on Now Media app anytime, anywhere. Stay connected to Flawless Conversations in every powerful Now Media TV show, bringing you inspiration, healing, resilience, leadership, and legacy. Welcome back to Flawless Conversations. I'm here with Nicole Gilmore, owner of 211 Print, and today's conversation has reminded us that visibility is not just about marketing, it's about identity, confidence, clarity, and community impact. Now we are moving into the final part of my floss method. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're ready to step into our purpose. Nicole, your business serves small businesses, but the ripple effect is bigger than just the print. When local businesses become more visible, communities become more connected, that's where the magic happens. So, Nicole, who do you feel most called to serve through 211 Print?
I mean, everyone in the community in my area. I mean, it's veteran owned businesses, it's military family owned businesses, it's women owned businesses, it's black owned businesses, it's all the small businesses.
Oh,
I just feel connected to everyone.
I love it. I love it. What impact do you hope your work creates, right, for small businesses in your community? The impact.
I just wanted to increase the positive impact in our surrounding area. The good vibes are out there. If we plant these seeds together, we can all grow together because if one of us grows, we can all grow. So I'm just really blessed. I enjoy some of the people I've met and worked with so far. There's a lot of people out there doing good, and everyone needs to know about them.
Right. It's that garden that you talked about, that seed, planting that seed and those, the seeds spread out and blossom and all of them are interconnected, right? With flowers and fruit and also blossom, all the things, right? So I love it. How do you see print helping people reconnect in a digital heavy world? And we talked about that a little bit, but how do you
Yeah.
see, having something tangible, printed out,
Yeah.
reconnect people in this heavy, heavy digital world?
Yeah, like I said before, I think a lot of us crave a break. The information overload is very real. The scrolling exhaustion is real, and it's not good for us. But giving someone something pretty to look at and touch and talk about is just it's nice. It's a nice tangible feeling. We're humans,
Yes,
so we need those things. You know,
yes,
it's I love going to like a vendor event and seeing someone who really took the time to get on top of their marketing materials and their print materials. A menu, I'll grab it. A punch card, I'll grab it. A door like stickers, magnets. We love those things, and it kind of stays with you. It kind of
yeah.
flavors the day for you, and you're like, I remember the candle lady the other night. She was so sweet. And you grab her magnet and you give her a call. I've done it. I know you've done it. And so everybody, it's important. It's very important, and it's a good
My
change.
And my daughter loved those events. Those vending events, she want to go to all of them when I go because she grabbed everything, the bags, the swag bags, and dump everything. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then when I'm going through it, cleaning it out, I'm like, oh, I can use this. I can use this. I can use this. So it's pretty fun
Exactly.
too. When you think about the future of 211 Print, what vision excites you the most?
I have a board of $1 million ideas. And it's not about the money. I just mean those are my ideas where I'm like, in the future, I would love to basically be a publisher. I would love to run a publish house, which I could do now, but that's something I see for the future,
Hmm.
and possibly providing people with a nice, affordable, um, quality publishing house. So that's kind of something that's in my wheelhouse right now. So it's just upward and onward, you know, planting these seeds. I'm planting seeds.
Love it. Love it. And I want to be attached to one of them. Just a little seed. Just a little
You're
seed.
there. You're there.
Yes. What do you want business owners watching this episode to believe about their own visibility?
Your individual story is very important. Um, you're an important person in this world. These ideas are not just there. We only have one life to live. Like, go for it. Just go for it. Jump off the cliff. You can do it.
Yes. With your bungee cord in your backpack, in
Well,
your
yeah, and
parachute.
the proper supplies and organization before you
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah. 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 Organization. Yeah. Yeah. Organized. Um, Nicole, this is where In the show, we asked every guest for a flawless nugget and a flawless fact. The flawless nugget is something that practical advice, something the listener or the one who's watching can take away from this show or from Nicole and apply it, or either give it to a family member or to a coworker, something that a nugget that can resonate with them that they can always use.
I'll circle back to what we said earlier. Look at your visibility as that seed that you have to plant. You exist. Show your journey. You won't regret it.
I love it. So be invisible, show up for yourself, and plant
Yes,
that seed. Plant
yes.
that seed. You heard that? Tell them again, Nicole.
Plant the seed and water it.
Yes. And then one flawless fact, something interesting, your favorite food, a quote, a book, or something funny or fun about Nicole. We want to know.
Okay. Um, I just read a really good book. It's older, but it's really resonates with me as a woman. And it's an older book, but it's called The Women Who Run with Wolves.
Huh.
You gotta read it. It has short folklore stories about the wild woman archetype, and it just basically talks about why it's important to be grounded. And it has many stories from all over different older generations of women sharing their journeys. You got to check it out. It's a really good read, and it really feeds the spirit.
Wow. And the name of it, The Woman Who Runs with Wolves. Do you know by whom?
Too. It's Women Who Run with the Wolves by Dr. Clarissa Estes.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go to Barnes and Noble sometime this summer. My daughter's gonna, want to go there a couple times this summer during the summer.
Good summer
So,
activity. I'm here for it. But read, spend
yeah,
time and read, and just feed your soul. However whatever that means for you. I like to read, or music is a big deal. Going out, we have lots of good places to eat out here in San Antonio. So, food and culture. Just
food
steep
and culture.
yourself in culture. Stay
Okay.
connected.
So you love something about Nicole. She's a reader and she loves food and culture. Awesome. For everyone's watching, Nicole, and want to be connected more to your message, what you do, and also interested in what you do as a business owner, 211 Print. How can they find you?
Yeah, just reach out to me. I'm on socials at 211print on Instagram and Facebook. You can email me info at 211print.com. And you can text me at 210-245-7799. I will get back to you. I answer pretty quickly, at least within 24 hours. So I'm here to help.
Awesome. And can you give me that email address and also that phone number one more time, a little slower?
Sure. Info at 211print. That's 211print.com. The phone number is 210 245 7799.
Awesome. And thank you, Nicole. Thank you for bringing your story, your heart, and your purpose to flawless conversations. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Today reminded us that visibility is not vanity, visibility is stewardship. When we have the message, a business, a gift, or a calling, we are not meant to hide it. We are meant to shape it, strengthen it, and share it with intention. Through Nicole's journey, we talked about what it means to face the fear, the truth, the fear of being seen, love the value of what we carry, accept the uniqueness of our story, and work through the discipline of building and stepping into the purpose of helping others rise with us, right? No man left behind, right? And to everyone watching, I want you to remember this: your story has weight, your work has value, your visibility matters. You do not have to wait until everything is perfect to take the first step or the next step. You can begin with clarity. You can begin with courage. You can begin with one intentional action that says, I am ready to be seen. This has been Flawless Conversation. Keep facing your truth, embracing your story, and walking boldly in your purpose. I will see you next time.